Now it's time to paint your base layer. So when you're picking your colors for this, think of what colors you have kind of planned out for the majority of your project. You really want to keep this simple. So like I'm going to be having a lot of blues in my project, and so I decided to have that as kind of my base layer. And I kind of wanted some lighter areas and some darker areas, so I'm just going to kind of focus on that for that base. Now, if you want to just keep it one solid thing, you can absolutely do that as well, not a problem. But as you can see, I have white to lighten some areas, the blue for the majority of it, and then black to darken up some areas. Water comes in handy as well if you need to get into any really small cracks in your newspaper potentially. But otherwise, then you want to just get a bigger brush and you just kind of paint away. You really want to make sure that you're painting quickly as well, because if that paint is still wet, you can see that I was able to just add my white and make it a lighter blue without having to mix that separately. And being that this is the base, it can be a little bit messy, so it makes it a little bit easier to work with. But you want to just make sure you work quickly because it's just a base layer, so it doesn't have to be anything overly clean or tidy. Now keep in mind, and if you notice, I'm turning my project into all sorts of different directions. That's so I know that I'm getting every area covered, at least a little bit. So, and it's okay that you're gonna get paint all over the tables, that's fine. We'll clean it up later. Your hands are probably gonna be full of paint, same thing, we'll clean them up later. But you really wanna just make sure, the important thing is to get everything covered. Now, if you notice here, my blue is fairly see-through, and that usually happens on these base layers. But because this blue has dried slightly, I'm able to go through and add a second layer of this blue, which actually kind of darkens it and makes it a little bit more of a solid layer, which is a really good thing to have moving forward. Now for cleanup, what I like to do is get a wet paper towel and actually just squeeze that water on top of the paint. And this is really easy to do if you just finished painting. But you can see that that water removes just about all of your paint that's on your table. And then you go through with the dry one and get rid of the remaining puddle. If you need to, you repeat the process until the table is clean again.